Are you saving money? Or are you slowly burying your future? We live in a world that praises frugality. Save more, spend less. Deny yourself today for a better tomorrow. But what if safety can quietly become stagnation? This is the story of Leo, a diligent young man trapped inside the relentless 9-to-5 grind. Concrete walls, artificial lights, endless spreadsheets. Leo believed one thing with absolute certainty. The more he saved, the safer he became. He skipped meals, avoided vacations, denied himself small joys. Every dollar felt like a soldier protecting him from the future. He watched his savings account grow and felt powerful. But he ignored something invisible: inflation, the silent thief. While Leo hoarded his cash, the world was getting more expensive. His money wasn't growing, it was shrinking quietly. And so was he. He wasn't living, he was preserving. Burned out and exhausted, Leo took a rare break to visit his grandfather's farm. The city noise faded. The countryside breathed differently, slower, steadier, real. His grandfather was a man of few words, but every word carried weight. Sitting on the porch, Leo pulled out his phone proudly. "Look, Grandpa, I saved almost everything. It's safe. Nothing can happen to it." The old man didn't smile. He didn't criticize. He simply stood up. "Come with me." Inside the barn, dust floated through warm sunlight. Grandpa reached for a sealed glass jar. Inside were seeds, dry, withered, lifeless. "I saved these 5 years ago," Grandpa said. "Protected them from rain, from sun, from bugs. Just like your savings account." Leo frowned. "Why keep dead seeds?" Grandpa looked at him carefully. "Because safety without purpose is slow death." Leo felt something shift. Grandpa opened the back door. Outside, a vibrant garden exploded with life. Heavy fruit bent the branches, color everywhere. "These came from seeds too," Grandpa said. "But these were planted. They faced storms, heat, cold nights. They risked everything. And because of that, they grew." Leo held an apple from the tree. It was heavy, real, alive. And suddenly he understood something uncomfortable. He had been protecting seeds instead of planting them. "Money is energy," Grandpa explained. "If you trap energy, it decays. If you circulate it wisely, it multiplies." Leo thought about his miserable lifestyle, starving himself, sacrificing joy, all to protect numbers that were losing value. "I thought I was being disciplined," he said quietly. "You were being afraid," Grandpa replied gently. "Saving for emergencies is wisdom. Saving to become rich is fantasy. You must plant your money. Let it work." "But what about the storms?" Leo asked. "What if I lose it?" Grandpa smiled. "We build fences. We study the weather. We manage risk. We don't avoid growth." Leo looked at his banking app differently. No longer a fortress, but a warehouse of unused seeds. That afternoon, he walked through the farm slowly. He noticed something important. Growth is not random. It requires system, patience, courage. That night, instead of checking his balance, Leo asked about soil cycles, about seasons, about harvest timing. He wrote a new plan: not hoarding, allocating, not hiding, planting. The next morning, he left with a bag of real seeds and a lesson that would change his life. Back on the train to the city, Leo didn't feel trapped anymore. The skyline looked different. Not like a prison, but like a field. Opportunities everywhere. He returned to work, but his mindset had shifted. He wasn't working to protect money. He was working to plant it. He automated investments, accepted short-term volatility, focused on long-term growth. Months passed. There were dips, storms, corrections. But just like the farm, the system held. Years later, his portfolio was no longer stagnant. It was alive. But something else had changed too. Leo began enjoying his life again. He invested in experiences, in health, in relationships. Because what's the point of harvest if you never taste the fruit? He called his grandfather, not to brag about numbers, but to share something deeper. "I'm not just saving anymore," he said. "I'm growing." Grandpa smiled, because the real seed he planted was in Leo's mind. Here's the truth most people avoid. Extreme safety feels responsible, but extreme safety can be fear wearing a mask. You can be the jar, sealed, untouched, safe, but lifeless. Or you can be the garden, exposed, tested, alive. What are you doing with your resources? Your money, your talent, your time? Are they locked away, waiting for perfect conditions? Or are you brave enough to plant them? Because growth has never belonged to the cautious. It belongs to the calculated risk takers. Leo kept a small garden on his balcony in the city. A daily reminder that wealth is not built by hiding. It is built by planting wisely. The laws of nature and the laws of finance are not so different after all. Plant wisely, manage risk, stay patient, harvest with gratitude, and never confuse survival with growth. This is Ethan Spire Stories. If this message resonated with you, subscribe. And ask yourself tonight, what seed have you been too afraid to plant? Because the future does not reward the jar. It rewards the garden.